All right, ready to go.
Thank you all for coming on today's lunch club. We'll be traveling to Oceania and French Polynesia today. So thank you, Lisa. The floor is yours.
Well, thanks everybody. I've got a video playing in the background. I think this is actually Bora Bora in French Polynesia. This is another region I was a little challenged to present because it's so diverse, geographically diverse, different location diverse, background diverse. And so I'm playing a video of this beach here before we start up. Let's get this show on the road. So I'm going to stop the video. And for just a moment, I'm going to stop sharing. And we are going to, just a moment, we are going to take a visit. We're going to start off where we always start off. And that is, hold up. Well, it looks like I may have navigated away from it momentarily. Hold on. Just a sec. We're going to go to our normal start off spot. Okay, and let me share my screen again. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start off at the Department of Aging and Community Living, downtown DC. And we're going to go over to Union Station like always. See all those railroad tracks, go to Union Station. We're going to catch the red line. And just like always, just about, because we're going to an international destination, we're going to go over to Dulles Airport because most international flights leave out of Dulles. And it's around here someplace. There it is. And we're going to jump on a plane. And so if we're going to go to French Polynesia, or if we're going to go to Polynesia, which direction do we travel? Does anybody know? Up, down, right, or left?
Northeast.
Yeah, I think in the case of Polynesia,
Is the South Sea Islands?
yeah, it's the South Pacific. I think we're gonna have to catch a plane in Los Angeles because we're talking about some serious distance here. It's the other side of the world. So we're gonna stop in LA. They're gonna gas up. Now, back in the day, before they had long haul flights, you used to have to go from LA to Hawaii. And then from Hawaii, you can go down into French Polynesia. So you see down there, you see this group of islands? So this group of islands here makes up French Polynesia. It's a triangle. The top of the triangle, makes up Polynesia. The top of the triangle is Hawaii. This side of the triangle is New Zealand. And then this side of the triangle over here is Easter Island, which is like right around here somewhere. It's so small you can't even see it on here. And so it catches all these island groups in here: French Polynesia, Cook Islands, Tonga, Samoa, and New Zealand. But for the sake of our talk, we're going to group New Zealand together with Australia when we talk about Australia. And it brings up a wider picture because this whole area is actually called Oceania. There's been a lot of debate among scholars, like why don't they call Australia, instead of its own continent, it should be part of Oceania. And so that includes Papua New Guinea, Australia, New Zealand, all these little islands in the space, and even including Hawaii. Hawaii is not part of North America. It's part of Polynesia. So let's catch a little bit of history about this before we go any further. And let me stop sharing for a moment, and then we'll cue that up. Just a moment. Any questions so far while I'm queuing this up, by the way? No questions? Has anybody ever been in this area? Anybody ever been to Hawaii or any of those islands? Anybody hear of?
Yeah.
Oh, who said that?
John
I've
L.
been
Oh,
to truck.
Janelle, how are you?
I'm fine.
Were you playing out there, or what were you doing out there?
I was on a gig.
I
I
bet
went to-
you were.
I went to
What-
Truck. TRUK. Truck.
Is that an island?
Yeah, it's a little tiny island in the South Pacific.
Whoa, that is insane. What were you and who flew you out there? Like,
The U.S. government.
oh my gosh. All right, well, let's tell us more about that in a moment here. Let me cue up the history of Polynesia first.
All right, look it up. Truck is very small.
Can everybody see this, or no one can see it yet?
You haven't shared your screen yet, Lou.
Okay, let me do that. We should be good. Okay, here we go. We got a couple of videos, quite a number of videos to play today because it's such a wide geographic area. So here we go.
Eons ago, nature began building the Polynesian islands, starting over 20,000 feet
let me
beneath the world's
mute
largest ocean, growing hour by hour. Nature slowly built these islands until at last they broke the surface of the sea. Fed by red-hot molten rock from a rift deep in the Pacific Ocean bed, nature continues to provide a magnificent and awesome display of fiery creation. For millions of years, the scene has repeated itself. Glowing lava continues to gush forth, hissing madly, exploding as it meets its destiny with the ocean. Many centuries ago, at a time when Europeans remained largely landlocked, Polynesians boldly sailed the vast Pacific, colonizing these lava mountains throughout an area of some 15 million square miles. Now known as the Polynesian Triangle, it touches the islands of Hawaii on the north, tiny Easter Island with its immense carved heads to the southeast, and snow-capped Aotearoa, or New Zealand, to the southwest. These Stone Age seafarers traveled the often dangerous, uncharted waters in sturdy crafts of their own design, navigating solely by the heavens and instinct. Their exact routes and means of migration are subjects of endless scholarly debate. It is known, however, that Polynesians were primarily night voyagers, relying on the stars to guide them. Ocean currents and breezes, which they knew well, played a role in their travels too. When clouds arose and strange winds blew, they would simply call upon the protection of their gods, and then resign themselves to drift wherever the ocean took them. Captain James Cook, an early English explorer of the South Pacific, described finding Polynesian castaways on various remote islands, the result of stormy conditions during their voyage. This, in part, explains how Polynesia was peopled. These islanders built civilizations without a written language. They constructed homes of bamboo and leaves. They battled nearby island nations. They created mysterious carvings. They developed sacred customs, along with lively traditions of dance and music. In the 1700s, when Captain Cook happened upon many of the South Pacific islands, he received warm receptions and found structured societies with people he described as happy, peaceful, and hospitable. In fact, he named what is now known as Tonga the Friendly Islands. Cook first sighted Hawaii in 1778. Today, it is the most populated of the Polynesian Isles. For locals and visitors alike, Oahu offers adventure, romance, culture, fun, and excitement. From all walks of life, from all around the globe, people come to play, to relax, to discover and rediscover the seaside pleasures of Hawaii. Behind a wall of luxury hotels, the world plays on Honolulu's famous Waikiki Beach. The famous landmark called Diamond Head overlooks the Waikiki scene and punctuates almost every photo taken of this beach. Beyond Waikiki, the island provides many lesser-known but very popular recreational areas. Here, one can participate in any number of water activities or simply enjoy the warm sunshine and beautiful surroundings. The waters of the North Shore, for instance, provides a paradise for boaters and fishermen. Calm as a lake during the summer months, in winter, the North Shore erupts into a world-renowned mecca for surfers. There's no better place to test your skills and courage on a surfboard. Nearby, on the windward side of the island, lies Hawaii's premier paid visitor attraction.
Okay, folks, well, that gives you a little bit of an idea. Any reflections on what we just saw? Any reflections? And-
Why
and
is
you-
it called the French Polynesian Islands?
Well, French Polynesia is a group of islands within Polynesia. So Polynesia consists of, as far away as New Zealand, but also Tonga and the Solomon Islands, all these other groupings of islands. And one of them is the groupings is French Polynesia. That's because France colonized those islands. I'll tell you, I'm going to play you a quick blurb on this. I don't want to play too long because I have so much to share. But here's a good video. The DNA history of Polynesians is fascinating. And what I came to learn is not only was Polynesia, so did you hear what they said? Captain Cook, Europeans discovered Polynesia or Hawaii for the first time. Anybody catch the year? They said 1780. I mean, that's really recent, right? So it was undiscovered by Europeans all the way up until after the Revolutionary War. What I learned when I was doing this, not only that, but the entire human race had not populated Polynesia until about the last 1,000 years. Isn't that amazing? It's the last place on planet Earth that human beings occupied. I guess it should be no surprise, right? It's not exactly you don't exactly bump into it every day.
This production is brought to you by Ancient Origins, reconstructing the story of humanity's past, and the YouTube channel, The Study of Antiquity and the Middle Ages. Where did the Polynesians really come from? Written by Caleb Strom, narrated by D.W. Draffin. Oceania was the last region to be settled by humans, and the last part of Oceania to be settled by humans was Polynesia. Polynesians are famous for their voyages to remote islands in distant parts of the Pacific. Using outrigger canoes, they founded a society across islands stretching in a triangle, from the Hawaiian Islands to Easter Island.
Hawaiian boat.
New Zealand. That society was reasonably well connected by trade, language, culture, and religion, despite its distribution over such a large area. One major question today is, where did the Polynesians originally come from? Several theories have been proposed over the years, but one which is gaining ground is that the Polynesians originated from Taiwan, parts of Papua New Guinea, and Southeast Asia. Another intriguing area of study is the genetic connection between Polynesians and South Americans. Could the Polynesians have origins in South America? One early theory of the origin of Polynesians is that they came from South America and sailed west, eventually reaching the Polynesian Triangle. This was proposed by the archaeologist, writer, and explorer Thor Heyerdahl, who even constructed a Polynesian balsa wood raft and, with a team, sailed it west of Easter Island from the South American coast. This demonstrated the feasibility of using a primitive craft to cross the Pacific.
I'm going to jump ahead.
The thing to
'cause
remember
this goes on quite a bit, but it talks about the origins, where they come from, seafaring
Another
people.
possible line of evidence for this hypothesis comes from the fact that there is a gap in the language evolution of Polynesian, Austronesian languages. Polynesian languages have features that no other Austronesian languages possess. This could be because of interaction with Papuan and Indonesian populations.
So I really wanted to demonstrate how Polynesia is a melting pot. And can you believe that they may have even originated from the Americas, from Native Americans? That's unbelievable. So rather than, they say, Columbus, you know, from the old world coming to the new world, it was the other way around. The new world came to the old world.
Oh, yeah.
And there's all kinds of evidence, DNA evidence,
Mhm.
food group evidence. So so that's a little bit about that. Any more thoughts on this one, folks? Okay, great.
Mhm.
So I'm going to jump. There's just so many great places to visit. I'm going to jump in real quick to some best places to visit in Polynesia, and let's start out with French Polynesia. As you recall, that was more on the lower right side of the triangle. So I'm going to jump into French Polynesia. Here we go.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I recently returned from exploring French Polynesia, and I want to share with you my favorite places and islands. So here's my French Polynesia top 10. Located in the Pacific Ocean, French Polynesia is home to over 1,000 different islands. From the towering mountains of Moorea to the overwater bungalows in Bora Bora, French Polynesia is the true definition of paradise. Let's start this video off on the island of Tahiti. If you're flying into French Polynesia, you'll first fly into Tahiti's International Airport. Tahiti is the biggest island in all of French Polynesia, and when we arrived, I was just blown away by the size of it. The mountains are huge, with the highest reaching 2,241 meters. There's a road that loops around Tahiti's coast, and I just love driving on it and marveling at the incredible beauty of this island. One place I really wanted to go see on Tahiti was Tiopu. It's this little town located about a 2 hours drive from the airport. Now, Tiopu is home to one of the world's best surf waves. The combination of the swell and the uniquely shaped reef creates what some believe to be the heaviest wave on Earth that can reach over 7 meters high. One thing that I thought was interesting about Tiopu is that it's scheduled to host the surfing competition for the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics. Now, the wave was first surfed in 1985 by local Tahitians, and over the years it has become known worldwide for having one of the most consistent barrel waves. Now, I drove to this little parking lot in Tiopu and I could see the wave from the shore, but I think the best way to experience the wave besides surfing it is by going on a boat tour. I wish I would have planned ahead better and booked one, but if you do go on a tour, you'll be able to get up close and personal with the world famous wave. Now, after Tahiti, we're going to head over to the neighboring island of Moorea. Known as the Pearl of the Sea, Moorea is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. We stayed here 4 nights and it was just absolutely incredible. Now, to reach Moorea, we took a ferry from Tahiti. We got on the slow ferry that we could put our rental car on, and it took about 45 minutes to reach Moorea. Once you arrive on the island, there's just so much to do here. I think Moorea is home to some of the most spectacular mountains. They're just so jagged and unique looking. My favorite one was called Mount Mo'aroa, which translates to the shark's tooth. It rises 880 meters above the sea, and I totally get where it gets its name with its sharp, rigid appearance. Another one of my favorite peaks was Mount Rotui. You can get a great view of it from the Belvedere Lookout, which is just a quick drive to reach. Now, with all of its beautiful mountains, Moorea is a great place to go hiking. We did this hike to Col de Vaiare. We started the hike in Vaiare and walked through the village, then hiked up the mountain jungle until we reached the ridge. It took us about an hour to get to the top, and we were rewarded with an incredible 360 view of all of Moorea, coupled with some massive, jagged mountains. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I have to say it was one of the hottest and most humid hikes I've ever been on, but it was absolutely worth it. Now, if you're more into beaches, one of my favorite ones was the public beach Ta'ahiamanu. It's this really relaxing beach with sailboats and amazing scenery all around. It's a prime place to watch the sunset. Another great thing you can do on Moorea is go on a boat tour. We went on a tour, and unfortunately it was really rainy, but it still was a great experience. We swam with black-tip sharks, and we went outside the reef and swam in the deep ocean. I mean, I couldn't believe how warm the water was. Now, if you go here from August to November, you can swim with humpback whales. I definitely want to go back during that time to swim with those gentle giants. Moorea just has so much to offer, and I plan to make a separate video of this incredible island. After, we're going to head over to one of the most remote places in French Polynesia, the Marquesas Islands. Now, special thanks to my buddy Rob Stroke for sharing his footage of these islands. He spent some time here capturing some of the most amazing moments from this remote destination. He made a great video about his time on the Marquesas Islands that I'll link in the description below. Now, made up of 12 islands with only 6 that are inhabited, you can reach the Marquesas Islands by taking about a 4-hour flight from Tahiti. Now, I'd say the Marquesas Islands are very different compared to the other islands in French Polynesia. They don't have too many sandy beaches. Rather, they are rocky, jagged islands and remind me a lot of Hawaii. Now, the largest island on the archipelago is Nukuhiva. One of my favorite places there is the beach at Hatihiu Bay. It has these impressive rock formations that make for an incredible setting. Another one of my favorite islands in the Marquesas is Waipu. You can reach it by taking a boat or a short flight from Nukuhiva. My favorite features of Waipu is its rock spires that tower over the island. I mean, I believe they call it the Cathedral Island, and I totally understand why it gets that name. Rob got some of the craziest shots with the locals doing a traditional dance with the rock spires in the background. Definitely want like a more chill, relaxed place to visit. I definitely recommend checking out Mahuipiti. Now, for our final destination, we're going to visit Bora Bora. Of all the islands in French Polynesia, Bora Bora is probably the most famous, and after visiting it, I totally understand why. Now, the geology of Bora Bora is pure perfection. There's the main island with its towering dormant volcano, and then it's surrounded by this reef that protects the island from the waves of the Pacific Ocean. Inside the reef, there's a lagoon which is home to some of the world's clearest water and is full of wildlife such as sharks and rays. I mean, seriously, Bora Bora couldn't be more perfect. Now, to reach Bora Bora, we flew into Tahiti, and then from there we took a short 15-minute flight and landed on Bora Bora. The airport here is on a motu, which is a little island on the reef. So to get to the mainland or the resorts, you'll take a ferry. We were staying on the mainland, so we hopped on the ferry, and then we made the quick 15-minute boat ride to Vaitape. It was a pretty surreal ride as we approached the island. Now, we got on top of the ferry, and the views were just incredible as we got closer to Vaitape. There was even a full moon, and it almost looked faked with how perfect everything was. Now, when it comes to accommodation on Bora Bora, the most famous resorts are located on the islands or motus that surround the reef. The resorts on the motus are definitely the most scenic and offer incredible experiences and views of Bora Bora, but they are also the most expensive and were out of my budget for this trip. Maybe next time I'll get one of them, but if you're looking for a more affordable accommodation, I'd recommend looking for places on the mainland. There are some luxurious resorts such as the Intercontinental Lake Moana, which cost about half the price of the resorts on the motus.
So let me stop there. There's a number of other islands. They all look somewhat similar. I'm sometimes asked in trivia contests, if I had one place in the whole world I would ever want to go take a vacation to, where would it be? And I always answer Bora Bora. And I'm going to show you a video, which is part of the reason why. But any thoughts or reflections on what you all just saw?
Yeah, don't go to truck.
I'm gonna look that up when we're done. Okay, I'll make sure we leave enough time. You
Yeah,
want to tell us about it?
We were coming back from Taiwan, and truck. No, it's either Taiwan or Korea, because that's where our tour was. So we had to land in truck because we was back on our way to San Francisco, so we could take a plane from San Francisco back to Dulles. So when we landed in truck, truck is so small that the plane had to cut his engines and literally drop onto the runway. He couldn't go on the runway on the regular way. He had to drop onto it. The people on the people that live on truck, the indigenous people there are almost like wards of the United States. They have virtually no industry. Everybody there is just being taken care of by the United States. So the people are they're not in very good shape, and they don't have virtually no employment.
What? So, Janelle, I'm gonna pull up a video on it, okay? Before we end this thing, I'll end a little early so we have time to do that because I like to see what you're talking about. But thanks for sharing. And any other reflections on what we've seen?
Not really.
Does this look appealing to folks? Like if you had a vacation, is this the kind of place you'd go, or no, not really?
I would go there.
Yeah, the scenery looks beautiful.
I would go there strictly for the
It's
scenery.
beautiful.
Pretty sure there are no really wild animals that'll eat you.
Not at least not ones on land. Looks like there's a lot of them in the water.
I agree with that, Lou.
They have enough oceans.
That water's gorgeous too. Look at that blue. I mean, where do you see that?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's beautiful over there. The water is so
beautiful.
clear.
Yeah.
And they have enough islands over there.
Well, so if I was to go to Bora Bora on vacation, I want to show you the place that I would want to stay at too. Of course, I can't afford it, but you know, if I ever got a free trip someplace.
Isn't that the place where Pippi Longstocking's father kept going to in the story Bora Bora?
I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. That's when I first heard about Bora Bora when I was like in 3rd grade.
I mean, this is a crazy expensive place to go. Anybody you see going on there has got some serious money. It's serious money to get there. It's serious money to stay there. It's serious money to eat there. You know, so you don't go there unless something like that, you know.
Well, Lou, why is it so expensive?
Probably because it's so remote, and you know, you look at those accommodations. I mean, these hotels are like $7,000 a night. Let me show you this one right here. Yeah, $7,000.
Bora Bora is one of Earth's most luxurious spots, accompanied by coral reefs, perfect white sandy beaches, and palm trees. It is highly visited by travelers and tourists each year. It has many tourist resorts, and one of them is the very popular St. Regis. The opulent St. Regis Bora Bora is a 44-acre resort situated in the island paradise of Bora Bora in French Peninsula, and today we will take you on a tour inside St. Regis. But before we do, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on that bell icon so you don't miss any fun travel adventures and tips. The villas. The St. Regis Bora Bora Resort gives you the larger-than-life accommodation with over 1,550 square feet all to yourself. The air-conditioned villas feature hand-carved Polynesian paintings and stunning antique wooden furniture. Many villas also feature spacious terraces with gazebos, private swimming pools, whirlpools, and outdoor soaking tubs, making you feel like royalty and that you have the island all to yourself at this cozy, exclusive resort. And for more seclusion, reserve a beach villa that's surrounded by lush palms, so you'll truly be concealed from everyone else. Rooms and suites. Guests can choose from many luxurious accommodations, including tropical sanctuaries, caressed by the ocean breezes, and featuring spectacular views of the exotic paradise. Each room has an attached Italian marble bathroom with a tub and rain shower. The bungalow-style suites are furnished in a tropical theme and offer contemporary facilities, including 42-inch plasma screen TVs, surround sound systems, a fully stocked minibar, an espresso machine, and high-speed Wi-Fi. and the renowned St. Regis Butler Service is always happy to assist you for anything else your heart desires. Lagoonarium and Spa. Although staying in your villa during your trip will comfortably bask in the good life, there's more waiting for you at the St. Regis. You will love to snorkel in the private lagoonarium, and a 13,000 square meter Miri Miri Spa by Clarence overlooks the lagoonarium, making for a true tranquil experience. This exclusive spa provides 5 private rooms with Polynesian, Asian, and Clarence contact treatments, as well as saunas, steam rooms, and whirlpools for you to truly unwind and relax. Fitness center and sports facilities. The St. Regis has you covered with...
Well, that's enough about the St. Regis. I sure couldn't afford that, but it sure is beautiful. Any thoughts or questions about that?
Yeah, we all got dreams, right? You gotta be rich to go there.
Oh my gosh. That's a crazy place.
I like the bungalows they have in the beach water.
Oh, you mean over the water?
Mm-hmm. I like the way that looked. That was one of my screensavers for many years when I was working.
Well, let's get a closer look at
Hello everyone and welcome back to Best Luxury Stays. In the French Peninsula, it doesn't get more idyllic than this sprawling Bora Bora cloister, famously featured in the 2009 film Couples Retreat. Twosomes with a taste for the finer things
just
and
don't
pockets
sleep
deep
on
enough
it.
to pay for them will be hard-pressed to find a more romance-inspiring getaway. Let's take a look at some of the luxury details of this resort. Before we get into the video, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. Without waiting any longer, let's begin with the video. With 44 acres spread across 3 motor switches islands, the resort is surrounded by the open ocean and a large lagoon, and offers views of Bora Bora's iconic peak, Mount Otomanu, from almost every vantage point. Guests arrive at Bora Bora Airport, usually from Tahiti, are greeted with flower garlands and scented washcloths, and then board the resort's private boat exactly what you envision when you imagine a South Pacific resort, with thatched roof bungalows perched on stilts over turquoise sea stilts, lush grounds punctuated with winding paths, and a white sand beach studded with coconut palms and lapped by calm, clear water. Although there are a few families, this is preliminary, a couple's haven and honeymoon hotspot with a casual, romantic, and away-from-it-all vibe. Of the resort's 90 suites, 77 are overwater villas. Even the smallest of these is spacious, with hardwood flooring punctuated by glass panes in the entryway, living room and bathroom that allow the underwater observation, or Tahiti TV as it's called here. Decor features wood furniture and wall treatments with motifs lending a traditional Polynesian look that feels authentic, if not a tad dark. Each suite has 2 televisions, a separate sitting area, and an overwater deck with a covered dining area, a pair of chairs for sunbathing, a shower, and steps into the sea.
Enough of that. So that's a deep dive into the actual overwater suites.
They don't need TVs there though. I wouldn't want to watch a TV.
No, not at $7,000 a day. Yeah, how much is that a minute? All right.
That's American money?
What's that?
7,000 is American money?
$7,000 a day to stay at those places. The cheaper ones are $2,000 a day, and they go up to $7,000 a day.
So what's the cheaper ones? A hut with no bathroom? What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, so we're focusing a lot on French Polynesia here. I'm gonna quickly zip around for a couple other islands here in Polynesia.
The hundreds of island nations that make up the South Pacific may require some travel, but for many, The journey is well worth the trouble. Unspoiled beaches, impressive historical sites, and a relaxed atmosphere make up this vast region, which is perfect for a getaway. However, choosing which remote paradise to prioritize may be difficult given the abundance of islands in Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. That's where we come in. In this video, we compared the best Pacific islands based on travelers' feedback, expert recommendations, accessibility, and affordability, as well as a variety of attractions available. Number 7. Solomon Islands. The Solomon Islands are a great place for eco-tourists because of their abundance of unspoiled natural wonders and lack of conventional lodging. Intense jungles can be explored, uncrowded waves can be surfed, and even a dormant volcano can be scaled. History buffs can find historical artifacts like abandoned tanks and amphibious vehicles scattered throughout the islands because the nation served as a battlefield during World War II. The sites in the waters surrounding the islands, however, may be the most unusual. Divers from all over the world come here to see the World War II oil tankers, seaplanes, and submarines that have sunk in the Solomon Islands. Number 6. American Samoa. Although you will need a passport to enter this US territory, you will appreciate the convenience of paying for lodging, meals, excursions, and other trip necessities in US dollars. The island is a fantastic choice for a South Pacific vacation because of this benefit, as well as its rich culture and abundance of attractions. For easy access to the airport and must-see locations like $2 Beach and the Taoisi PF Sunya Ocean Center, base yourself in Pago Pago, the nation's capital, on Tutuila Island. Don't forget to allot time for American Samoa National Park's World War II Heritage Trail and snorkeling.
I'm going to jump ahead.
Despite its small size, this group of 15 atolls and islands offers something for everyone. Popular activities range from snorkeling excursions and hikes to waterfalls to village tours. The striking white sand beaches on Araratonga and Aitutaki also can't be missed. After exploring, savor local staples like ikamata, marinated raw fish, and poke, a pudding-like dish made with tropical fruit. Moria. Consider taking a honeymoon on Moria if you want to see a lesser-known aspect of French Polynesia. This more affordable, laid-back island offers the same kinds of breathtaking natural wonders and romantic accommodations that honeymooners will find on Bora Bora. Furthermore, Moria is only 10 miles from Tahiti, making it simple to get there from the principal international airport in French Polynesia. When visitors get to the island, they'll see 8 tall mountains, 2 lovely bays, and a number of interesting sites like Tomei Beach, a lagoonarium, and the Moria Dolphin Center. Number 3. Fiji. If you enjoy both outdoor activities and cultural attractions, consider visiting one or more of the Fiji's 333 islands.
Yeah, I'm going to skip
You can
Fiji
take
because
part
we're
in
going to cover that later.
Number 2. Tahiti. Tahiti is an obvious choice for a South Pacific vacation due to its international airport and a variety of big city amenities. Consider diverse restaurants, exciting cultural events, and numerous 5-star resorts. Contrary to popular belief, Tahiti also has a plenty of gushing waterfalls, soaring mountains, and breathtaking beaches to provide the backdrop for your island getaway. Prior to visiting one of Tahiti's astounding natural wonders, start your trip by exploring the markets, shops, and nightlife options in the capital city of Papeete. Fautaua Waterfall, the Waipahi Gardens, and Papinu Beach are among the must-see locations. Number 1. Bora Bora. This French Polynesian island.
Okay, well, we already saw number 1. So that's a pretty good overview of the top spots to go in French Polynesia. But of course, there's one, in Polynesia, period. But of course, there's one that's the most familiar to us here in the United States. So no trip to Polynesia is complete without going to
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
America's 50th state, Hawaii is a volcanic archipelago located in the heart of the Pacific Ocean. As it was the last state to join the U.S. in 1959, the islands still retain much of their unique Hawaiian identity. Due to all of the magnificent scenery, it's worth spending as much time as possible outdoors, either hiking among the volcanoes, surfing the surrounding waves, or snorkeling above its colorful coral reefs. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Hawaii. Number 10. Oahu's North Shore. Although the island of Oahu is the most visited of the Hawaiian Islands, most visitors head straight for the capital city of Honolulu. The island's North Shore is a little less touristy, and it offers some truly fantastic beaches. If you're into surfing, then you might already know that the North Shore boasts some of the best winter waves in the world. Head to Bonsai Pipeline to watch world-class surfers and even championship contests.
Your drums are here.
Number 9. Molokai. Not all of the Hawaiian Islands have been developed at the same pace. Molokai is one of the least developed, but most scenic island in the state. Known as the Friendly Isle, Molokai has a unique history. The most famous attraction on the island is the Kalaupapa National Historic Park, which once served as a leper colony. Today, most visitors to Molokai come for the history as well as for the pristine, undeveloped beauty. Hapuna Beach. The big island of Hawaii is home to a number of gorgeous beaches, but one of the very best is Hapuna Beach. It boasts a long stretch of fine white sand, and it is easy to find a spot away from other beachgoers. Ka'anapali Beach. On the western coast of Maui is Ka'anapali Beach, which is found just outside the tourist hub known as the Haina. The gorgeous white sand beach boasts a number of rock monuments, many of which have historic or religious significance to local Hawaiians. The Black Rock is the most famous of these. The beach also offers a stunning boardwalk just over 2 miles long where you can take a stroll and admire the views of the Pacific Ocean. 6. Na Pali Coast. Dominating and defining the northwest of Kauai, the Na Pali Coast is one of Hawaii's most famous and photographed sites. Its gigantic, jagged cliffs rise to 1,200 meters above the sparkling waters of the Pacific Ocean, with scenic beaches and coves hidden below. As the rugged terrain is so inaccessible, the only way to visit is by hiking, kayaking, or helicopter, with phenomenal panoramas wherever you look. While it is famed for having featured in Jurassic Park, the grand and gorgeous stretch of coastline has appeared in numerous films and TV shows over the years.
That's in Kauai. That's the island of Kauai. So can you all see me, or is it just the video you see?
Just the video.
I can see you too.
I see both.
I see both.
I see both.
Yeah,
I see both.
I gotta share a story about Kauai. I wasn't planning on this. But I took a trip to Hawaii with my new girlfriend. How many years ago? 30 some odd years ago, and we had a lot of stories to tell. But we ended up there in Kauai, and I wasn't planning on this. And but she and I had this tradition where we would go to wishing wells, and we always throw a quarter in together and make a wish. And we've been doing this for a while. So I knew that we were going to go to this wishing well in Kauai, and so what I did is before the evening before, I sunk a board to the bottom of the well, and I tied a rock, and I put a rock on top of it, and then I tied a string to the rock. So that submerged, there's this board, and then there's a string, and the string went to the shore outside the wishing well. And so when we went there that night, I had some orchids. I gave her some orchids. I pulled on the string, and this very board that I'm going to show you floated to the surface.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, that's so romantic.
That's sweet.
That is so
Yeah.
cute. That
It
is
said,
so
will
cute.
you what?
It said,
That's
will you marry
nice.
me?
So she said yes.
And of course she said yes.
Yeah. This is the actual board right here. We have it on our map. Now, trust me, my romanticism was all downhill from there. Okay. But let's finish up here.
You got washing
Right.
That was cute.
Number 5. Lanikai Beach. If you're searching for paradise on Earth, then head to Lanikai Beach. Located on the eastern coast of Oahu, Lanikai Beach is just a 30-minute drive from downtown Honolulu. However, it feels like a completely different world. Lanikai is Hawaiian for heavenly sea, and that is the perfect way to describe this half-mile stretch of coastal beauty. Number 4. Haleakala National Park. Haleakala is a shield volcano that forms more than half of the island of Maui. Also known as the East Maui Volcano, this summit tops more than 10,000 feet at its peak. The area surrounding the volcano is Haleakala National Park. Much of the park revolves around the enormous crater, which is comparable to a lunar landscape. If you hike along the PPY Trail, there are several pools where you can cool off with a refreshing swim. The 400-foot Waimoku Falls can be found at the end of the PPY Trail. Number 3. Waimea Canyon. Also known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, Waimea Canyon is one of the most amazing places to visit in Hawaii. The staggering size draws definite parallels to the Grand Canyon, but Waimea Canyon may be even more beautiful thanks to the plenty of greenery among the desert-like landscape. Clouds often roll in during the afternoon, so the clear mornings are the best time to explore the canyon. Camping is also possible for the intrepid traveler, allowing you to be there for the glorious sunrise in the morning. Number 2. Honolulu. No trip to Hawaii would be complete without spending time in Honolulu. This is by far the largest city in the island chain, the state capital, and a bustling, exciting place to explore. There is no shortage of things to do, but Waikiki is a popular choice for tourists and local surfers alike. For amazing views in Honolulu, climb up to the summit of the Diamond Head Crater, which overlooks Waikiki. Don't forget to visit Pearl Harbor, where the USS Arizona Memorial is the poignant centerpiece. Number 1. Hawaii volcanoes. Set on the Big Island in the Pacific, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park encompasses Mauna Loa. This massive volcano has a summit that, surprisingly, is sometimes covered in snow. The national park also features volcanic coasts made from cooled lava flows, rich rainforests, magnificent green meadows in the mountains, and geological formations such as lava tubes. Kilauea, a shield volcano in the national park, has erupted as recently as 2018. The last eruption quite literally changed the shape of the park itself, an insight into the power of nature. The park remains open, but some areas are understandably closed.
Ray, any thoughts about Hawaii, folks?
Yeah, it's
I'd
beautiful.
love to go there.
I
But
love Hawaii.
It's beautiful. I love
I would go
Hawaii
there.
too. I
It's
love
be-
Honolulu and the beaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honolulu is beautiful. Waikiki Beach, we stayed there for the National PTA convention.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
Yes, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I had a room that was right facing the water on the back of the hotel. And
Oh my God.
I thought I was rich and died and gone to heaven.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I didn't have to pay for that trip. But the next one that I went on to Maui, that was given to me as a birthday gift, and I really enjoyed that trip too. And Maui is beautiful. In fact, I think Maui is more beautiful than Waikiki Beach. But I liked Waikiki Beach, and I liked Honolulu because I got to visit some places that I probably wouldn't have been able to pay for the tourist attractions, and it was all paid for by DC Public Schools and the PTA at River Terrace.
Oh,
Wow.
great to hear,
So
Ann.
yeah, and so it was, and the Pearl Harbor. Once you put your foot on that piece of boat that's left, it becomes emotional. Even if you've had even if you've had a relative to die there, but the emotions of the people who gave up their life for our country is it's just like a spirit comes upon you. It's hard to describe, but it's
I experienced it. It's true. I experienced that spirit. I tell you.
Okay.
Thinking about it now just makes me feel the same thing all over again.
Right. It's a spirit that comes over you that is something that it's hard to describe, but it makes you be proud you're an American.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. It's a beautiful story.
Thank you for sharing, Ann. Appreciate it.
Any other stories about Hawaii from the folks on the call?
Well, I went to Honolulu, but I visited friends down there. I stayed there. I went to the beach, went out at night, saw people get married on the beach, saw the people building sand castles on the beach, and castles made out of sand. It was beautiful. But then the waves would come right behind it and wash it all away, and they would start all over making new castles. It was beautiful.
Oh, wow. Thanks for sharing. And before we run out of time, I did promise Janelle that we'd look at Truck Island. So guess what? We're looking at Truck Island right now in the center of the screen. Oh, you're not seeing this, are you? I got to show
No.
it.
It's so small.
I got to share my screen here. Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I got to work on. I got to take some of Alexander's classes, so I learn how to do this. Hold on.
Now that's
You're
truck.
not alone. Okay, here we go. All right, so believe it or not, you're looking at Truck Island right now. You're saying, where is it? Well, you got to.
I told you it was small.
Zoom in. You got to zoom in. You got to zoom in, and it's somewhere down there, right, Janelle?
Yeah.
Now, where is it? Which one of these islands is it?
I was on a plane. And then when the plane landed, I couldn't see the map.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna YouTube Truck Island. How's that? We're gonna give it and before Alex gets angry at me. I can't go on too long. But I want to see this by myself. So let's look at Truck Island here. Here we go. Here we go. Truck Island. Right. It was a big battle there. Seaplane base. Here we go. Can everybody see this or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the island right there?
That's it. Truck Island. Janelle was there. Janelle, familiar?
Well, like I said, we landed on a real small area.
I think those are ruins from the war, from World War II. Oh yeah, look, those are ruins from the war.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at that. So this is a base in World War II. Those are ruins. Oh yeah, you see the old docks and the water.
Well, I know my uncle said the same thing that Janelle said. He was scared to death. He said it was scarier than being in the war.
What? Why is that?
He said you don't know if you were gonna land on a piece of land or you were gonna land in the ocean.
Oh my gosh.
He said it was scary.
All right, folks. Here we go.
Before we get started, while Lou pulls it up, we're again with our questions, we have folks raise their hands so that way everyone has the chance to answer the question. So I want everyone in Zoom to hit more at the top right, please, and then tap on raise hand. So that way we can call on you if you know the answer to Lou's question. So again, I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand. And we have a couple minutes, so we have to get through this. So thank you, 9 of you. Wow, appreciate that. Again, you tap more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand. So let's make
Alex, we should give it this time around. We ran out of all the jewelry and rings and everything. So Alex, you want to explain to them what we're going to do here?
Yeah, it was going to be a surprise, but yes, we have a different setup, so we'll go through the trivia as usual, and we'll have something special for y'all right afterwards. So thank you all for raising your hands. You can lower your hands by hitting lower at the bottom.
Okay, here we go. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Well, that didn't work. The discovery of what food in Polynesia has led some scholars to believe that Native Americans could have contacted Polynesians in pre-Columbus times. In other words, before Christopher Columbus. What food was that?
Okay. Anne, what's the answer?
Made a corn.
That is a good guess, but it's not right.
Oh,
Okay.
Thank you for trying, Anne. Appreciate that. Same thing. If you're on your phone, you can again hit more and then raise hand. So you can just scroll through and find through the options. Again, please raise your hand if you would like to try to answer. Okay, Cassandra, what is your answer?
Sweet potato.
Bing, 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 bing,
Oh,
bing.
good job, Cassandra. Thank you so
Cassandra, how'd you know that?
much.
I just looked it up.
Yeah,
There
thank
you go.
you so much, Cassandra. Thank you so much for answering. Appreciate that. We'll come back to you in a moment.
Okay, here we go. Name 3 archipelagos that make up Polynesia. There's many of them. I just want to know 3. Do y'all know what an archipelago is? Archipelago? That's a grouping of islands. So it's not just a single island, it's a whole wad of islands. So give me the name of 3 wads of islands that make up Polynesia. There's probably about 10 wads of islands in all.
Okay, Brenda, first.
Okay, I have Malay, Canadian, Stockholm.
I don't think that's not what I'm looking for, Brenda. You could be
No?
right,
Okay.
but yeah, we got to go with what the answer I've got. Good guess, though.
Thank you. Gracie. Gracie, can you unmute yourself?
Sorry. Micronesia, Melanesia, and Polynesia. I might have pronounced it wrong.
Now that's an interesting guess, but it's not right because I'm looking. So all of those are areas within Oceania, this large island subcontinent. But now I'm looking at Polynesia by itself. So even within Polynesia clusters. So you had Polynesia, but I'm looking within Polynesia. What are the clusters of islands? So that was a good guess.
Thank you, Gracie. Anne, want to try again?
Tahiti, Bora Bora, and what was the other one? I lost it. Oh shoot, I can't remember. It was a funny name. The Hawaiian Islands.
Okay, so you got one of them. I'm looking for clusters of islands. So Tahiti and Bora Bora are individual islands.
Oh, okay.
So you got one of the clusters. So that's Hawaii. That's a hint for the next guesser.
Thank you, Anne. Appreciate it.
The Hawaiian Islands is one of them.
Geraldine?
Hey, I guess Hawaiian Islands, French Polynesia, and New Zealand.
Woo! Bing, 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 bing.
Congratulations. Thank you, Geraldine. Good job.
Is that right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
oh, yeah. Look at all these clusters of islands in here. I don't know if you can see that title. I crossed off New Zealand. That is correct because we're going to cover it in the next one. But Hawaii, New Zealand, Easter Island, Polynesia, Samoa, Tonga, Cook Islands, Fortuna, French Polynesia. All of these are clusters of islands.
Thank you so much, Geraldine. Good job.
Thank you.
That may have been the last question. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
What Polynesian nation is known for having evaded European colonization, retaining its sovereignty throughout its entire existence? Keep in mind, these islands were only inhabited by human beings, up to 1,000 years ago. So its entire existence is only 1,000 years.
Okay.
Which I find remarkable.
Yeah. Please raise your hand if you would like to answer. Oh, okay. Third time's the charm, man.
I don't know about that. Tahiti?
No, good guess.
Okay.
Thank you, Anne. Please raise your hand if you'd like to answer. Okay, Miss Doris. You have to hit unmute in the middle, Miss Doris.
I'm gonna say Bora Bora.
No, good guess though.
Miss Doris.
Okay.
Tough one. Well,
Okay.
I'll count it. Go ahead.
Janelle and Bridget.
I would say the Solomon Islands.
Oh, good guess, but no.
Okay. Brenda. Oops, sorry, Brenda.
How about the French?
Nope, good guess.
No, okay.
How about one more guess, and then it's got it stumped.
Miss Doris, you raised your hand again.
What was it? The Trump Island?
Which one?
Trump.
How do you spell it?
TRU. The one that the man was talking about, where he
Oh,
landed.
truck. Oh, truck. No, not truck, but it was close. That's what I was asking. Here we go. You ready? I'm gonna give you the answer.
Oh.
Okay. What is the answer?
Tonga.
Tonga.
Oh, wow.
We didn't talk about Tonga, but we rarely talk about these answers. All right, Alex, take it from here.
Sure. Again, thank you all so much for participating and for raising your hands to do so. I really appreciate that. So this time, or this go around, we'll actually be doing a wheel for our winners, our correct answers, and then whoever wins will win a prize. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And it's between Cassandra and Geraldine. So 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, congratulations, Geraldine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on. You have won a pair of headphones for your iPad, so you can connect to them using the charging port, and that way you can use them while you're out and about, or in the car, on the train, etc. So again, congratulations, Geraldine, for your headphones. I'll be mailing them to you next week.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No problem. And let's all thank Lou for such a wonderful session. And we'll be here next Friday at 12 o'clock to discover more of Oceania. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you.
Thank you much,
Thank you
everybody. A little later.
very much. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Learn
Beautiful.
It was a beautiful
Thank you
island.
so much. It was
Yes,
good.
thank you so much. It was very educational.
Yes.
Very
That's
good.
See you
dream
all
trip.
at 1:30.
I'll
See
show you.
you all at 1:30 today. Thank you, Lou.
Bye, all.
Thank you, Lou.
Bye.
Yeah,
Have a good one there.
Thank you. Bye,
See you all
Alice.
soon. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you
Okay.
later.